to the Geeks, Licks, and Joysticks podcast YouTube channel. This is a show called What You Doing, where we talk about what we watch and play during the week. I am your host, Enterprise. With me today, mi compia.
Maybe Ronas.
Maybe Ronas. The possibility of Ronas went down a little bit because you feel better, right?
Yeah, we're down maybe half.
But still,
Yeah,
we don't know.
I'm still waiting for the thing.
Still waiting. Still waiting for the thing. You turn yourself up a little bit, son, for me.
How about now? How it is?
Oh, hell yeah. I got to get all that Rona glory, bruh. Give it to me.
You sure about that?
No, shut up.
Okay.
I got QU. I'm going to cue you. Speaking of QUing people, I watched the Ripper documentary on Netflix. I basically called it Among Us West Yorkshire Edition because this fool
Pendejo.
this fool killed 13 women, man. And they couldn't.
Jackie Boy?
It's not Jack the Ripper. It's
Oh,
someone.
wait, what?
No, it's called the Ripper because in the early 80s, late 70s, in Leeds, up in West Yorkshire, this dude was roaming around just killing prostitutes, and I did air quotes because that's where the police investigation starts, calling all these women prostitutes, and that's where it goes horribly wrong. It's 4 episodes. It's about 40 minutes long.
Each episode?
Each episode's 40 minutes. It's 4 episodes. It's a little slow. And it woke. I was literally kind of falling asleep at some parts. But then when they talk about deaths, it wakes you back up. I think the best episode is the 3rd one and the last one when they revealed the guy and what happened. They interview survivors and all that. It is kind of slow and a little boring at times, like I said. But the major incompetence shown by the Yorkshire police is crazy. And yeah, it's pretty wild. The impact that the media had of this back then in 1975. And then they were trying to make it Jack the Ripper so bad that it kind of had nothing to do with it. Like the media did it. I don't know. And then they started to find out that he was killing innocent girls. And then the way they were labeling prostitutes and innocent girls as if the prostitutes didn't like as if the prostitutes life didn't matter. It's like it's a kind of a mess. But
so they sensationalize it?
They desensationalize this. Like, oh, it's a prostitute. Who cares?
No, like sensationalize it.
Yeah, they were doing it like, it's a prostitute, not bail. But then when they when they killed somebody who wasn't a prostitute, it was like, oh, this innocent girl. Like, what about the other lady that had 2 kids? What about this lady that had 2 kids and she was like providing for? And it's like a mess. It's a mess. It's a giant mess. But I was kind of into it, kind of not. Parts, like I said, 3rd episode is the best one.
Okay.
The 4th episode is good. You get to see the guy and you reveal the guy and then how fucking sick he is, and then the trial is a mess, and then a little bit of that. So if you're into that kind of shit, I give it like a 7. It's like a 7. See, what happens with me for these is that you have to keep me coming every episode. You get it?
Yeah.
And this one wasn't doing a fantastic job. They were like leaving cliffhangers kind of at the end. Like, and then someone survived. And then the next episode starts and then they're interviewing the survivor or whatever, right? But that's why I like Unsolved Mysteries, because each episode is you get the whole enchilada de un putazo. Like, here you go. And I felt like this one had a lot of filling, a lot of filler.
Gripped.
Yeah, it's quick. Boom. You're going to get all the information you need from right here. The one from Don't Fuck With Cats, I related to this a little bit. The one from Don't Fuck With Cats felt more like a chase. You know, we're gonna catch this motherfucker. He ran away, some bitch. Aquí estaba. Even though it's like a longer episodes, more episodes, and it's a longer docuseries. That's the thing about these docuseries. I gotta keep an eye on it. But when they're short films, I feel like it's easier to digest. When they're too long, it might be a little boring. Like they could have maybe done this in 2 episodes, but they did it in 4. That's the part where I'm like, whatever. Because I talked about it on the pod. Go give that some love. I did it all by myself, a solo cast. I'm a good boy by myself. Patting myself on the back. There's one about killings in L.A. So I'm figuring that it's gonna have the same kind of vibe as this, and it's a series as well. So like I said, if it's one case drawn out in a handful of episodes, it could be a little tough. I like when they're shorter and concise. Unlike my review of this thing. But if you're into this kind of documentaries, and if you're in this kind of, I mean, it's about a 7 for me, 6.5, 7. It's kind of whatever.
I mean,
I'm gonna
not
forget
bad.
about it. It's not bad, but I'm gonna forget about it for real.
Okay.
What you been watching, fool?
Well, speaking of deaths.
Oh shit, son.
I've watched a series called. I've been just about like a half an hour ago. Finished not a little bit more. Finished watching a series called Sweet Home. It's on Netflix.
Alabama.
Oh, I wish. No, this is Sweet Home Korea, motherfucker. No, this is just called Sweet Home. This is a Korean series. It's 10 episodes. Each episode is like 40 minutes long, and it took me a little while to watch it because
you found this?
Turns out that I haven't visited Netflix for like 2 months.
Okay.
And when I popped Netflix up, it was when it was in my recommendations. I was like, whoa, this looks kind of gnarly. So I watched the trailer, and it kind of gripped me. Well, not kind of, it did, because I watched the whole 10 episodes. So the story goes is like, okay, first of all, before I tell anything about the story, it looks fucking dirty. It's grimy. The people look kind of crazy. Everybody has something that makes them look weird.
In what way? What do you mean?
For example, it's dirty in the sense that the story takes place in a apartment building.
Okay.
But a big ass apartment building, and it looks like very old and dilapidated, and everything looks dirty. I mean, you see the apartments and you see them like nobody lives cleanly. Everybody has something. The main guy, his apartment is bare, but he has a lot of trash. There's this engineer type guy who just has a mess.
Yeah.
And this bass playing lady who also has a mess.
Okay.
So the thing is that people start turning into monsters. They never say why. They never say why. But their nose start bleeding, they start hallucinating, and then they turn into monsters. So everything outside the apartment, everything is gone to hell. Everything went to shit. And there's some military presence. Sorry. And some people inside the building started turning into monsters also. But the thing is that our main character starts presenting the symptoms, but does not turn into a monster. It's like he's like not immune, but he's halfway turned. So he has kind of some of the abilities, because once you turn into a monster, I don't know how this happens, but the kind of monster you turn, I think it depends on your nature, because this is not a virus. This is something like a curse, and they stated in the series. So the type of monster you turn, I don't know what comes into play, but you turn into something. There's this guy who runs really fast. There's this huge bulk of a motherfucker who just wants to eat. I really like this one. This dude got decapitated, but he only got half of his head lopped off. So he had a mouth and an ear, and the ear developed into like supersonic hearing. So everything he moved by hearing. So that was a fun dynamic. It's kind of long. Each episode it's over 45 minutes, but it could have benefited if they were a little bit shorter, like maybe 35 to 40 minutes. Maybe not 10 episodes, maybe like 8, and it would have flowed faster. I mean, it wasn't boring.
Is it new?
It's this year, so yeah, it's newish. But it could have flowed better. But it's really entertaining, and at the end, the payoff is actually pretty good. So if you're in a horror type mood, and this is really kind of gory. So you see a lot of blood, you see a lot of body horror. It's actually pretty cool. So I recommend it. The visual effects, the CGI, it kind of sucks at times, like really really bad. But they kind of counterbalance it with the practical effects. So some monsters, the movements and the big set pieces are CGI, but when they do close-ups of the monsters, they're like rubber suits, and they look pretty good. So that's a good recommendation for my part.
Hmm. And obviously it's Korean, so subtitles.
Yes. Actually, no. Since I really didn't want it to be a hassle for me to watch, I watched it in Spanish.
You chose Spanish over English?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I've been craving a lot of Spanish stuff right now. So I watched My Hero Academia in Spanish. I watched this in Spanish. I do not know why. I think it was in my almost feverish haze. I started watching a Netflix series from Telemundo. I got like 7 episodes in, and I stopped because I said no. I can't do this to me.
After 7 episodes, you're like, oh, 8 is too much.
Yeah,
Says Mamon, how many episodes are there in the whole thing?
50.
Okay. Never
See
mind.
how I was like, nah, fuck that shit. I'm not gonna.
I mean,
even
you
gonna-
okay? And I'm actually low key proud of you, because you would have finished it.
At one point in my life I would, but right now, fuck no. There's too much.
Fuck no, there's
no.
too much shit to watch.
Exactly.
What was the Telemundo shit?
It's called 100 Days to Fall in Love.
Okay, that sounds like some cheesy rom-com from the early 2000s kind of title.
It's not even early 2000s. It's like I'm gonna pull it up, but I think it's this year also, if not last year.
Oh no.
Yeah,
You need 50 fucking episodes to tell me 100 ways to fall in. So it's each episode is a
100
way.
Days to Fall in Love.
So each episode is a day?
No, not even. I think 3 episodes in, they split up, and that's like, oh no, well, we're gonna take a break.
Okay. That's the. Then you're
I
over.
watched-
You're past the 100 days, bitch. What the fuck is this?
Okay, I watched 5 episodes, and this is from 2020.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a chance because you got Rona, and you could have had a virus in your brain that made you want to watch that shit. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
You get a
I'm gonna-
pass. You get a pass on that one.
On that one, yeah. On Sweet Home, it's a very good recommendation. It's actually
Sounds
on
like
top
all
10.
you. Sounds like all you. Top 10.
Oh yeah,
what?
Sweet Home is. Oh, it's on top 10 on Netflix right now.
Oh
But Sweet Home is all. It's all me, son.
yeah. Sounds like all you.
What else did you do?
I got the Disney Plus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I've been trying to watch some documentaries and shit on there.
Oh, there's a lot of them.
There's a lot. There's a handful, and then they took a couple off, which was like, what the fuck? I want to watch that. Anyway,
Oh shit.
so we, I don't know. I don't know if we deserve this title, but do you
Deserve?
yeah, like, could you call yourself a collector?
No.
Me neither.
No.
I think I have a special. I guess I collect games, kinda. Like, look at that giant stack of crap.
Well, you collect what you want, actually. So in a
Right.
way, we could be collectors, but not in the commercial sense of the word. I think.
No, like we have our own very own peculiar way of collecting
Mhm.
things. Like just now, I just got into the thing that if I really, 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 really love the game, it deserves it for me to buy the art book for it. So if I have the art book and the game, that's how I collect it, kind of. That's one means mamás that I just started.
Yeah.
But why I asked that is because this show is called Prop Culture, and it follows a artifact collector, Dan something, and he collects props from his favorite movies.
Oh.
So each episode in this series follows a movie and its props and where to go and all the history behind it and yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
It has a very Discovery Channel vibe to it,
Okay.
which is not bad. That's not a bad thing. Just the way
It's a
it's
good-
produced, the way it looks, the
Good
way it
production
feels.
value.
Yeah, it feels like a Discovery Channel something like show. First episode is Mary Poppins.
Oh.
They talk about the umbrella parrot, the parrot umbrella.
The what? Oh yeah.
There's an umbrella with a parrot handle.
Simon.
Most of their props vanished. which is kind of
Strange.
sad. Yeah. They talk about different props while talking to the people behind the scenes, like the dance choreographer for Mary Poppins. And it's very crazy to see them bring out a prop for something like wearing gloves, like from the Disney archives. And then this guy goes and travels and shows different people different things. For Mary Poppins, he showed the designer who was dating Julie Andrews at the time, or married, one of the two, her outfit. So the scarf that he knitted, the hat that she wore, all that shit.
He has it?
No, this guy, the collector guy, the host,
Yeah,
took it to him. Like obviously Disney gave him a pass to do that. Also the ponies that they use from the carousel.
Oh yeah.
That they have all that, and Dick Van Dyke's kind of looks like him, and I didn't realize that it did at the time of the movie, and that was
the pony?
his horse. Yeah, his horse kind of looks like him. They gave him the square jaw that he has, and that was like input. So you get all these little trinkets and tidbits from the movie, which is really dope, like a dope behind the scenes. After that, we did Tron. They have the Tron arcade, the Tron costume, the helmets, which were hockey helmets. I'm whatever on Tron, but they go deep into how that technology was made back then. So they would like take a picture and then block out most of it. Everything that's shiny from the old school Tron, they reanimated it. It's pretty crazy to explain and to see how they did it back then.
Okay.
And when it came out, that movie was dookie. Nobody liked it, but then a little cult following came behind it. The next one I actually do give a shit about, and it was Nightmare Before Christmas. The host, this fool, has a case full of different jack heads.
No mames.
The actual jack heads. I was like, you some bitch. I think they said there was like 300 different jack heads.
Yeah, dude.
So all these little, like, most of everything that they mentioned, I kind of knew already, because a couple weeks ago I talked about Christmas movies that made us, and Nightmare Before Christmas was one of it. So like the Danny Elfman stories and all that, but just to see some of the props, Danny Elfman has a giant case above his like collection thingy or whatever, right? It's this giant case, and it's Santa Jack in the sled with the reindeer. It is sick.
Is it that big?
It's the actual one. It's fucking huge.
Oh shit.
Yeah, all this shit I'm talking about is the original shit, bro.
Motherfuckers.
The spiral set, the spiral hill set, the way that the same one, they brought it out. There's two different ones. The one that uncurls and opens, and then the other one, and they show you behind of it how it's all, it's a fucking prop. It's fucking, it's wood and holes in it to shine. It's crazy. They talked to the people who did the armatures, the inside the mechanical Jack Skellingtons, everything that made everything move and all that. So it goes into detail of every movie. They do that one. They do Pirates of the Caribbean. They talk about that's not that old. I think Pirates.
No, but it's iconic.
Yeah, Pirates is probably the newer one out of the bunch. You get to see the ship on that one. You get to see that there are real props from the movie in the ride.
Neta?
Yeah, over here in Disneyland.
Hey, wait.
The model miniature of the Black Pearl, swords, a bunch of shit. And then they did Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. You get to see the Shrinkway, other things. He talks to the actors, and that's kind of cool when he shows the actors the things that they actually wore back then. It's pretty emotional.
Okay.
For them. He also did Narnia. He took the sword to Comic-Con to show it to the actual guy who made it. There's a blacksmith that does both. Pirates, or every real sword is kind of made by the same guy in Hollywood. So his process is cool. He's like a crazy blacksmith guy. They had the witch slate, they had the wardrobe from Narnia, the lamppost, the frozen tumnus. They had this one guy has like the biggest Narnia collection. He has like actual suits of the minotaurs and the Aslan head, and the one when he's dying. They show the cast. For some reason, Edmund wasn't there, so I'm like, oh, the first thing I thought was drugs. I don't know why.
Drugs.
I don't know. After that was Who Framed Roger Rabbit. He shows out the handcuffs. He shows Christopher Lloyd his costume that he wore back then, and he puts it on and he does a little thing. The window and blinds with the Roger shape. Did you ever see Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Ooh, last time I saw it was like 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah, and the last one was the Muppet movie. He pulls out
what?
the Muppet movie.
Oh, I thought you said Mupple. I was like, what was Mupple?
The Muppet movie.
Yeah.
He pulls out original painting posters, and like Gonzo's outfit. He just pulls out a lot of different things, a lot of different artifacts. I didn't really spoil it because they go in depth and they explain and go behind the scenes kind of from all these artifacts in this movie. And I don't know if this was kind of the point of the show, but it really made me want to go back and watch these movies again, all of them.
Interesting.
And they stand alone. So if you don't give a fuck about Tron, you can skip Tron. If you just want to do Mary Poppins, Nightmare Before Christmas, and Pirates, that's good. If you just want to do Narnia, like each one of them stands by itself.
Okay.
They're great. It's called Prop Culture. It's very, very cool. I liked it. They're like an hour, a little bit over an hour each.
So many documentaries?
They're mini documentaries. So
okay.
I like it. At Disney Plus, it's very, very cool.
So they're beefy.
They're a little beefy, but there's so
for
much.
What they are, because it could be half an hour.
I thought there was going to be one prop, and they were going to talk about that one prop the whole thing. I didn't realize that he was going to go. He's jumping from all over the place and taking different props and showing it to different people and getting the behind the story of each prop, you know?
Yeah.
And like I think the Mary Poppins is the oldest one. Yeah, Mary Poppins is the oldest shit. So
it should be.
Their stuff, he pulls out the gloves and like you can't fuck with it. They showed the choreographer one of the chimney sweep brushes thingies that they used to dance with, and this bitch pulled off one of the bristles, and she was
no way.
She's like, I'm gonna keep this. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. And he's just holding it like, well, the fuck can I do, bro? Yeah. All right, whatever.
Mean, it's already recorded on the fucking thing, so it's not like I'm gonna tell anybody.
Yeah, I don't know what happens, but there is like a whole giant museum with all their props, like a giant fucking Costco warehouse full of crates, kind of like in was it one of the Fantastic Four?
What?
That I'm thinking of? No, I'm thinking of, what am I thinking of? Is it Indiana Jones? What am I thinking of? Where the end of the movie, there's somebody or something is locked in like a crate, and they take it to a warehouse.
Indiana Jones.
It's Indiana Jones, right?
The last of
the crappy one.
Yeah, the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull at the end. I don't remember. They put the skull in a warehouse, and in the warehouse they show the Ark of the Covenant. But it's a huge fucking warehouse full of crates and things. And
I imagine a warehouse like that, and each crate has significant props from Disney history. And it's history. It's crazy. I really, really enjoyed it. The final thing, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I just still can't believe that the person just pulled one of the bristles. Like, I'm gonna keep this.
Well, she was the choreographer for that dance. Like she would choreograph the penguins that dance with him.
Yeah.
And she had to dress up as a penguin and do what the penguin would be doing so that Dick Van Dyke could dance alongside her.
Uh-huh.
It's just all these crazy little behind the scene details are pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Like the artwork, it's just crazy. I like it. I love all that shit. The final thing I watched, because of the time of this recording this week, a remedy. So I'm shook that you didn't watch this, because I certainly didn't give a fuck. So I don't know why I watched it. I thought you were going to, and I'm talking about the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special, son.
I forgot about it.
You forgot about it?
Yes, I did.
Fake fan.
Well, there's a reason I didn't watch it.
Okay, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So the story basically is that they're celebrating Life Day.
Again?
Yeah.
They just don't learn, do they?
No. And then Chewie's family is coming to visit, and Rey is training Finn. But in her training, she can't she needs to go to a tree to get some kind of artifact to figure out what's the best way to train Finn, because Finn is un pendejo and he doesn't do what she's trying to tell him. And then she finds the artifact, and then she starts to time travel to the iconic and memorable scenes from the older movies. So she would see like Master Luke and Yoda, and they're messing around, and then she's like behind the kind of like, you know, like a Christmas Carol mixed with other shit, and then eventually just becomes a clusterfuck with there's two Vaders and they're talking to each other, and then there's all these people fighting with each other, and there's two Hans, and it's just becomes a mess in Rey's adventure. And then the other side, it's just like Poe, Finn, and the other lady trying to cook food for Wookiees. It's a little weird. There's the Vaders, two Vaders fighting. There's Mando for a split second and Baby Yoda. Everybody stops in awes, and then they keep doing what they're doing.
Of course they're gonna awe. It's Grogu.
Yeah, it's campy, it's hokey, it's obviously for kids, but there's also like stuff for fans and for normies and casuals like me. I picked up on a few things, and it was funny. It was I don't know if I want to label funny. I did a couple chuckles. There's a few chuckles. Okay. There's some chuckles. I feel like you would appreciate it. It's two of your favorite things, Legos and Star Wars put together. Talking about Christmas, I feel like, I don't know why you haven't seen it. You forgot about it now that we know that you forgot about it. I feel like you might enjoy it. It's a good time. It's okay. I think it was under an hour. It's not even that long.
Like the OG special.
Yep. I haven't seen that. You saw that one with the Wookiees?
Yes, I did.
Which is like a clusterfuck apparently.
Dude, there. I think it was Chewie's dad. He was watching some type of porn or something. It was so awkward to watch it. What then everybody singing at the end and going through a portal to it is horrible. It's horrible.
So I guess they kind of fixed it with this. This wasn't that bad.
Okay.
But like, are these Lego Star Wars considered parody?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think everything Lego is kind of a parody.
Or is it a partnership? It's weird. Because they're not really making fun of it. Are they?
Well, I think that the fact that they're doing a Christmas special again, about Life Day in it, it's kind of a very on the nose parody of it.
Does Disney own Legos now too?
No, but they own Star Wars, and since Lego has the license to use the Star Wars thing, they partnered.
I guess the best hands down Star Wars parody, it's Family Guy. Those three movies are they're a masterpiece. They're great. They're fantastic.
I completely concur.
Those are the best. I mean, not even Spaceballs or none of that. No, not even the Robo.
Was fun.
Not even the Robo Chicken one. The Robo Chicken one was a little. I wasn't a fan of that one. I maybe need to go back and watch it. I wasn't finding it to be too funny. But the three Family Guy movies, those are bellissimo. Those are fucking dope. Those are great. Those are fantastic.
Watch those.
Yeah, that's going to be it for this week's Watch Doing. Leave a comment down below what you guys been watching. If you watched any of these things, are you interested in watching prop culture? And if so, which episodes? All of it, some of it was good. What do you guys think about Sweet Home? I doubt any of y'all watched it, but did Felix sold it to you? Y'all want to watch it? It was good. Leave a comment down below. Let's talk. Let's hang out. Anything you want to say to the beautiful people, Rona Felix?
Have a happy holidays. With safe distance, hug your family, hug your friends.
You're being so contradictory. You can't hug them from a distance, you fool.
Well, you can hug 2-3 people at your house. Sorry. And some people inside the building started turning into it's this year, so yeah, it's newish.
Actually, I'm actually low key proud of you, because you would have finished it.
What else did you do?
I got the Disney Plus. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's a reason I didn't watch it.
Okay, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So the story basically is that they're celebrating Life Day.
Again?
Don't listen to Felix. Always and forever. You do you.
Bye.
Bye. Fuck this fool.